Hello, this is Azrael. Thank you for tuning into my channel. Today I'm going to share a spiritual experience that happened when I was just turning 21. Now, when I first started trying to invoke a spirit, I was 9 years old, which is another story in a best way I could say. That's another video. Well, to make a long story short, around 15, I guess I was pretty good at banishing spirits that tried to manifest without me invoking them. But at the age of 18, I was pretty good at summoning spirits of all types, angelic, demonic, natural, you name it. Well, as my story continues, I'm going to change their names, but there was a girl I liked. I'll name her Dolly. Okay, so I like Dolly. I like Dolly a lot. Dolly liked me. However, her brother also liked me, but I was hanging out with him trying to get to know her. Because I was I was young and dumb. Just all I was one track mind, right? We were talking about all kinds of stuff, and one of the things we started talking about was spirits, and hauntings, and scary stories. And right about that time, I picked up on something that was listening to the conversation. I was actually in her room. So I excused myself to the restroom, and even though it was not a black mirror, you can use regular mirrors, kind of like, it's a little bit more difficult for me anyway, but am I able to do it? I taken her little candle in the bathroom that she does with her baths, I let it try to do a ritual to see this spirit or communicate with it. Well, we made a deal that I would stir up the emotions and it would materialize and disappear later on and leave. So after that, I went back and we started talking about other stuff, and then we started talking about scary movies and ghost stories. And I said, "Hey, did you know your house is haunted?" And they said, "Well, we suspect it because we hear things and smell things, and I'm like, well, would you like to see it?" They're like, "See it?" I'm like, "Yes." Now, Alan and them kind of knew what I practiced. They didn't know exactly to what extent. So I said, "Yeah, I can make it materialize." And she's like, "Really?" I'm like, "Yep. And we'll sit right here, and I'll turn off all the lights, and I will call it forth." And so I did that. And after my conjuration, the entity started coming out of the room. Now, how it came out of the room was in the form of a shadow. So they both sat down and saw the shadow come out of the room and envelop the room that we were sitting in total darkness. And it was so dark, as it was passing over us, it blotted out the light from outside, the security light from outside. And then as it passed over, it dissipated. And then just like as if it ran around and come back into that room, it did it again. And it did it again. And I kept on letting it happen for about 2-3 minutes. Every time you could see this dark mass come out of the room and envelop them or envelop us. As it passed over us, again, all the light from outside disappeared, as well as, you could see your hand, but once it passed over you, it was so dark you couldn't even see the hand in front of your face. And then again, it would dissipate. They started freaking out so much, my original goal, which was trying to impress her, blew up in my face because she was so paranoid now. So romance was the last thing she was thinking about, and he was so paranoid and freaked out by the situation, he wouldn't have left us alone anyway. So anyway, I banished it. Well, I didn't banish it. I told it to stop, and I promised I'd leave it there, like the dick I was when I was a kid, right? And I still, what I mean by kid, I was an adult, but young adults are no different than teenagers. So I left it there to haunt their house. It's just a very bad thing to say, but in any case, I lost contact with them years after. I do know that that caused them to have a more religious experience in their life. And well, I mean, they were raised Christians, so it just refortified their belief. And because at that time I was only working with the God of Abraham, it both strengthened my belief and their belief in me, because I was using the God of Abraham, but because I was using Solomonic magic, the magic of Solomon. But anyway, so that's a little story that I don't like to share. There's a lot of spiritual experiences I had that I don't want to share with people. One, for two reasons actually. One, they're so weird and far-fetched, like no one wants to, I don't even want to believe it. And then of course things that make a personal, that definitely makes I'm a better magician. I'm a more compassionate, more responsible person with my magic. When I was younger, it was all about what I could do and what I could get. So yeah, I'm not like that no more. But in any case, like and subscribe, and if you like these stories, man, just keep on leaving comments. Let me know, because some of them are very personal. And if you guys want me to continue, just let me know if you're very interested, and I might continue with these ghost stories, spirit stories, hauntings, whatever you want to call them. Okay, thank you. Like and subscribe. Leave a comment.